when it comes to Tigres, how surprised were you with this, Barak, a convincing performance at home against LA Galaxy?
No, I don't think so. Diego Lainez had a very convincing performance, and merit to Pizarro. I mean, because who would have thought that it would be a good idea to put this guy in the left wing back? And he's defending, I mean, he's not a defender, a natural-born defender, but he's doing his job, and he's motivated, and he was the key of the victory. Because otherwise, Tigres still, like...
They suffered, right?
Wishy-washy?
Yeah, they suffered. I don't think this was comfortable by any means. I mean, they gave up 2 road goals to a team that not won all year in Major League Soccer play. Their only win came in CONCACAF Champions Cup against the Costa Rican team. This isn't the Galaxy of old with Ricky Puig, with Mark Delgado. This isn't Joveljic. You know, this is a team that's a shell of the former themselves. Marco Royce is still injured. This is not the MLS Cup champion, and they suffered. They really were nervous in this game. So the best thing about this game was the result and the play from Diego Lainez, I would agree. And then Nico Ibanez got himself a goal, and Uriel Antuna got himself a goal. But they really suffered here.
But did you expect more from Galaxy? I know you just mentioned all the changes.
No, I didn't expect. They exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
Okay.
This LA Galaxy team has been decimated by injury, forced decisions, Major League Soccer restrictions. Will Kuntz, the general manager of the LA Galaxy, told me Major League Soccer punishes teams for having success. And what that means is, as soon as you have success, their rules and regulations make it more difficult to keep the players you had success with in a salary cap league. So their hands were forced. They had to get rid of Joveljic, one of their leading goal scorers. They're 9. They had to get rid of one of the most stable midfielders and sought-after midfielders at their intertown rivals. LAFC picked them up, Mark Delgado. They couldn't keep certain players or attract certain players that would have helped them reload in the way a team looking to compete in an international tournament would be allowed to do so. And then you have injuries and run of form happen. They did more than I thought they would. Payne still comes back. He was good. Gabriel Peck seems like he's getting back. But that's it. That's all they have. Christian Ramirez coming from Columbus Crew isn't going to be enough. This team is not good enough on paper. Yoshida, he's injured as well, their center back. They're not. They have a carousel between the goalkeepers of who's going to play. Greg Vanney has his work cut out for him, but they did more than I thought they would in this game. They didn't deserve this team on paper to be here. Last year's team deserved to be here, not this team of the LA Galaxy. This is not how the Galaxy fans want to be represented. Last year's team, that's how they want to be represented.
Yeah, that's interesting. When it comes to now Tigres' next rival, they took care of business against a nervous, as you mentioned, LA Galaxy. Their next rival, Cruz Azul. Who's the favorite right now that you're seeing, Barak?
Cruz Azul. I think that they have the momentum. They have the personality. They have, I mean, in terms of players, I think they're even. I think Tigres has more quality. But, you know, so many changes, so many lack of stability in the club. I see this is the time for Cruz Azul. Let's see then in a virtual final against virtual Inter Miami if they don't La Cruz Azulean. Yeah. But I don't think it's the time to Cruz Azulearla.
This is a pick'em for me. It really is so close here. One could point to the record of Cruz Azul and say, they've only lost once, guy. What are you talking about? Who did they lose to?
Tigres.
Tigres, 3-0.
3-0.
Not just any loss. It was their worst game. And though this Tigres does not convince, they do what the Tigres of the past have done, which is not convinced and then convince you with the trophy. And that's been the MO of Tigres under Tuca Ferretti, under
time ago.
Under Siboldi, but this is what they've done. So Guido Pizarro, who knows these players, who put this game aside, has had some good defensive games. I could see them being a complication for a team like Cruz Azul. But Cruz Azul right now, Barak said it, momentum. I think that's the most important thing here. They got that massive monkey off their back, which was Club America.